Hi again. So this is just a quick demonstration of life drawing. This is not a life drawing class or session. It's not a drop-in life drawing group. There is no animal presence in the room. We're in this sorry situation where I'm using a thing online where there's timed poses with a life model. There's various ones that you can practice on at home yourself. Something terrible is missing. You know, the animal presence I talked about, the people around you also drawing and quietly and silently concentrating. You can hear their breathing. You know, everybody, the poses are timed, so they're you know, there's this sense of tension in the air. You know, you're working as quick, gathering as much information as you possibly can. With this, I'll do some 1-minute gestures. I found a model who's standing. That way, you might be able to. You know, if it's portrait, I have trouble seeing the monitor. Now I hope you can see this. I can just about see it. I get a bit of reflection here. This is how you will probably want to set up for life drawing at home when we do it online. And I don't know whether I'm going to present you with pictures myself or whether you will use something like this. I can't technically use this one in a class. This is just for you to get an idea of how life drawing proceeds. I'll do a couple of gestures, and then maybe I'll just back it up a bit or something and do a longer pose, and you can see how I measure angles and proportions a little bit. Everybody's going to bring their own particular energy and frequency to life drawing. Mine is uptight. I'm totally wound up, coiled like a spring. And I see the latent energy in the model, you know, who is like a coiled spring, is struggling to hold the position. My mirror neurons, you know, empathize and feel the pain when the pose, you know, when the smile turns into a grimace, you know, because the pose is so difficult. I like to take the pose and feel the weight on my leg so that, you know, I can experience what the physicality of it. So it's all very physical. This might go back to one of my favorite teachers when I was an art student and took lots and lots of life drawing. He was a martial artist, and so the drawing group was like a dojo. You know, it was like a you know, and that was sort of the attitude. And he'd walk around, you know, saying relief, 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 relief. You know, he would take the crayon away from you and like this. You know, I mean, I was expected to be hit over the back of the head with a bamboo stick. Anyway, I'm going to get to work, and you can watch a couple of gestures unfold. Remember, gestures are just to get the gesture. I got 30 seconds. 1 minute, sorry. And so here we go. Hopefully you can see this. In the studio, the model will arrive like this and disrobe, and away you go. I was hoping I could extend it out. I'm going to back it up slightly. Okay, here we go again. Sorry about that. I need to expand it so I can actually see something. Here we go again. I'm going to want, I know she's standing, I'm going to want dynamic vectors. I got a glimpse of it before. Very often we'll start drawing before the pose actually, there we go. Got a sense of the hips. I can see the weight on this one leg, like this. I'm looking at the angle of the hips coming across like this. The other leg is something like this. The spine comes up here like that. Tilt of the shoulders. I'm having a bit of trouble seeing. There's my gesture. I've still got 30 seconds left. I should try and get the head, tilt of the head. Use a big fat stick of charcoal, collarbone. I need to get a sense of the feet. A little. One hand is here, the other is there on the back. So there, gesture. I'll do one more. Very difficult for me to see. I'm getting a little bit of a. Okay. Oh, this one is. And then the weight is on this leg. Back. I could use the side of the crayon, you know. The knees. The knees are kind of a stoppage. There we go. Well, there's a couple of gestures. This camera only lasts about 15 seconds. I'm going to pause this one. These are actually quite good poses. You know, they're not other models. You know, they do the kind of sexy poses and all that, but these are like it's a skateboard. You know, the practical. Functional, you know. First time I've looked at this one, I quite like it. So here we go. You can see that, I hope. First thing, even if I was doing a long drawing, you know, I'm going to want to start with a gesture. Even if I were drawing, beginning a 3-hour drawing, I would draw very lightly. You know, get a sense of the weight on that one leg. This back leg, and coincidentally that back leg is in shadow. So I'm working a little lighter than I might otherwise. I'm looking at the tilt of the shoulders. I could measure how many heads high she is. I don't think I need to. 1, 2, 3. That's about 6. It should be about right. I'm still working fairly quick. It's not. But so there's my rough gesture. I could or should get a sense of the feet. So this is interesting. The feet are slightly, they're kind of parallel, which is a bit unusual. That leg comes back a little bit to here and fits on the skateboard down here. So this is turning in a little bit different. Ooh. The weight is on this leg, but it's not quite as extended. This comes down a little straighter. So there's my rough gesture indicator. One arm is coming out here. I can look at the negative space in here, and the other arm is coming down like this. So there's my rough gesture. Now I can start to fill things in a bit. Actually, if I look at the tilt of the eyes, I'm looking. The camera, not me, but the camera is actually looking up. The camera is down around waist level. So perspective-wise, we are looking up. I can actually see a bit of the bottom of the nose. I'm using a very, very heavy-handed crayon. I mean, I do like that, but I'm doing it partly so you can see what I'm doing. I mean, I do like it heavy-handed. I can see the, you know, the nodules of the shoulder, whatever they are. Collarbone. Collarbone comes straight across like that. Straight across like that. And then you've got these kind of musculature here. Somewhere the linea alba is coming out down here like that. Down to the crotch here. I can imagine the rib cage. You know, I've got my skeleton sitting here. I don't know if you can see it. I can imagine the rib cage underneath. You know, something like this. And the chest is actually very, very flat. I can sort of indicate that. The breasts sit on the rib cage. So there's a, you know, there's often a lot of very straight lines, you know, on below. And then we've got this musculature turning around. All the musculature here, down. I'm working on outline here now as well. Using the side of my crayon a bit to can't really see too much of the hand. This comes straight across, and I love all that musculature in the arm. Over a little too far. So, you know, I make a line, it's over too far, move it over, pientamento. Something like that, it's Italian. You know, searching line might be another thing to call it, another way of calling it. You know, you make a series of lines, and when you finally get the one you want, you're constantly correcting your errors. I love that in a drawing. It's one reason I like, as I might have mentioned, I really like student drawings, because of that authentic searching effort that students inevitably bone in the ankle here. I love it. And there's the one, you know, both it's the same here, the ulna and something else. You get these little bulges here and there that are very poetically placed. Foot, skateboard, and step back to make just a double check. Bone again. Bone on the ankle. The ankle ankle bones. The foot, I see this kind of module come out, you know, for the toe. And there it is. A quick, ubiquitous sketch of time. You know, that was maybe a 5-minute, I don't know, 6. That's it. My camera, if it hasn't run out, it will be running out shortly. Thanks so much. There's a quick look at a life drawing session. I outlined in one of the videos what a standard life drawing session will look like. Please go as soon as you get a chance. I'm not going myself at the moment because we're still in the COVID epidemic.